Hey, short biography here. Boy, I sure loved history class in high school. But honestly, I suffered through math class. Hey, it was no fault of the faculty. This student couldn't seem to put it together until college, and then, hey, I only needed 3 credits required. But here's the pause and pivot lesson for today. And it connects faith and math. And it was right out of the classroom, actually Jesus' classroom, where he was trying to instruct his followers about trusting him. And I hope all of us are tuned into this. It was Luke chapter 9. He had sent out his followers into kind of a field experience. And his instruction was, I don't want you to take anything. I don't want you to worry about a suitcase. Nobody has ever changed the world by worrying, and never have, never will. But Jesus said, take nothing but trust God in everything. Well, history says they made it back. Nobody died. They didn't lack anything. And the work was accomplished. Wow, it worked. Hey, always has, always will. Luke chapter 9 goes to a bigger classroom, and this is where I want us to tune in, because it was another teaching moment. It was late afternoon, and it was very remote. There was no hotels and no restaurants, and the people were hungry, and the followers said, well, let's send everybody home. And Jesus turns to his disciples. He says, no. I want you to give them something to eat. Tables were turned now. What had they learned? What have we learned by a walk of faith? The moms of the crowd probably would have gone out and begun to collect things. But what they did is they found two fish and 5 loaves of bread. And they brought those to Jesus and said, yeah, we could do this, but 5,000 people. Yeah, I learned enough in math to say that ain't going to work. Unless there's the element of faith and trust, so that it is enough. And at that time, Jesus says it was. Jesus in essence is saying, you have to go with what you have. You have to share with what you have and not whine and complain about what you don't. Organize it, share it. The story teaches us, pause and pivot, about worrying and what we don't have. No, we're required to steward well what we do have. The day was quite an ending. The text says, the scriptures say that they gathered up that day with what remained, and it ended up being 12 baskets. How did they do that? I don't know. How is it possible? I don't know. But Jesus is calling us to steward well what we have and not worry about what we don't have. Hey, I think this is pause and pivot. If you'd like to continue the conversation or you've got questions, hit that contact button and let's talk.